No tariffs on this video. You can watch this huge video for free right here, right now. Greetings Romy, you're watching WromWrom, the channel sharing the joy of sim racing and our regular news roundup, our weekly sim racing news. Thanks to all those who come here often, especially those who subscribe, and even more, our patrons. My name is Serta and I will be your host for this video. A new contender in the drifting and even rallying realm of sim racing may be taking shape in the form of Beam.NG, which has us wondering if drifting may be the next big thing in sim racing, as we already saw WromWrom moving in that direction. We'll discuss this further in our next podcast due this Thursday, but today is Sunday? Already? You must be waiting impatiently for the news. The statistics of last month are a mixed bag, but mostly bring positive news. While the overall numbers once again drop compared to last month, they are still bigger than in the same period last year, although the one-year gap is diminishing. We could be seeing the first signs of a slowdown in the growth of sim racing or just a small dip. The future will tell. Asetek Evo crashes hard, down from the 1,100 daily users 2 months ago to now only 300 users. No wonder, as there hasn't been much going on there in terms of updates, and I personally still find myself offline from the Evo server now and then, showing clearly they have not been able to solve their server issues completely. And with those numbers, it's clear it's not because the servers are overloaded. Now, Kunos just released a statement saying big changes are coming with the next update, but the numbers clearly show the sim racers, for now, have better things to do. Like Racing Le Mans Ultimate, which has a huge comeback and is almost back to the usage numbers they had at release. A testament to the small team of developers left who have dedicated a lot of time and energy getting the sim into gear at last. Pun intended. Most other sims lost slightly, nothing really catastrophic, and funnily enough, Automobilista 2 keeps the exact same number of daily users they had the month before, which may or may not be the new normal for them. Again, time will tell. And in case you're wondering, Wreckfest 2 had 572 daily average users, about the same amount Wreckfest 1 still has. We'll see how many of those are still left next month, or if it goes the way of the Evo. Things were quiet around the other Assetto Corsa E, Evoluzione, the mod wrapped about the original Assetto Corsa that gives you a career. That mod has jumped to version 1.8 now, bringing a rogue mode that needs you to do good streaks over different races, each of them becoming more and more difficult. There's now also a free mode completely away from all the constraints of AC Evoluzione, and I'm wondering why this is different from just starting AC, or Content Manager if you prefer that UI, and choosing whatever you want. One interesting feature is that you can tune different parts of a car within the mod pool from AC Evoluzione. WromWrom had a small update, mostly with improvements to the AI on different tracks, but also some graphic improvements. Strangely enough, the update of Euro Truck Simulator 2 dropped about 1 week after the American Truck Simulator update. Normally, both happen at the same time as both games share the code base. Also, because the new features are almost the same on both. And American Truck Simulator released their Missouri DLC, as we told you last week. Wreckfest got a big update at last, with changes on how to get into a multiplayer race, big changes in the handling of controllers, as well as in the behavior of AI drivers. They've cleaned up some of the sound code and added a subtle radiator leak sound effect, which I think we all agree we don't want to hear because of what it means. Some enhancements and corrections to cars and tracks close the list. iRacing dropped yet another patch to the newest season update, which seems to be releasing code that was not quite ready when the season started, but now is. It adds adaptive AI and different tweaks to the AI, improves the collision physics, corrects once more the debris code, and improves and corrects some of the graphics. Furthermore, a couple of cars as well as the Le Mans 24 track got some corrections. Project Motor Racing are drop feeding us news about their sim, now telling us they are going to include the 2004-2005 GT season with their V12 engines, no turbos, no hybrids, no traction controls, yikes, but with privateer teams. Although, what exactly they bring, if it's all cars and all tracks or only a part, is one question they leave open to speculation for now. We'll speculate more in our podcast. If you like what you see, how about supporting us? A like and a comment to tell the almighty algorithm we are worth watching are a good start. Subscribing is even better, and what really helps us grow is you becoming a patron, as YouTube's income is tiny for us sim racing channels. Patrons get access to exclusive content and are involved in our decision. Help us grow with your support, help us keep spreading the joy of sim racing. Become a patron today. There was a time you could set your clock based on the BeamNG updates as they came in spring and autumn. That changed over time, but maybe we're back to that. It's spring and here's the almost obligatory BeamNG update, our favorite physics simulation that sometimes let us race on it. And other times we drift and rally on it. Starting with a remake of the Hirochi Sunburst, featuring new textures, more details and more opportunities to customize it, as well as a new body style, the wagon, and new and updated liveries. The Sunburst, as well as many other cars, got slight revisions of their suspension, fixes and upgrades all around, and better handling on track. Also, many of the BeamNG cars got rally parts and configurations, and there's new props that are all rally themed. Of special mention among the many corrections and updates to cars should be the updates to the Charrier FCV with fixes to issues with the handbrake use, a retune of the handling of its rally configurations, and a new rally livery. Also of mention, now the suspension graphics fit the suspension behavior. Over the course of the past years, the graphics had not kept pace with the many changes in suspension behavior, so it was time to bring them back together. On a more meta level, 3D meshes will be loaded more easily after a round of code optimizations, and collision detection has been improved all around. The thing everybody's talking about, and I suppose it's gonna be the thing in the near future, WromWrom started this, see the link up there, is drifting. We already had some hints, but now BeamNG has gotten 7 more drift zones. You will find drift statistics and the score system has been updated. While they keep the radial menu I never really cared about, different strokes and all that, they completely updated and changed most everything in it, as well as making extensive changes to different parts of their user interface all over, including the replay app. When it comes to physics, they introduced an anti-lag system for turbocharged engines similar to the system used in rally car engines, and an active differential much like those newly used in rally cars. Do you see a pattern here? Well, it's no surprise, as BeamNG have introduced a rally mode, which they plan to expand in the future. You now have audio pace notes, better visual pace notes, and 5 new rally stages. Add to these some bug fixing and small features, and this could be the start of a love letter to sim rally drivers. Up to a point, this goes hand in hand with their improvements to the drift system we already talked about. Moving on, oh no, we're not finished yet, this is a big update. They are continuing their work on the career mode, introducing 4 career paths that let you choose if you'd rather be a racing driver, a test driver, a delivery person, or logistics as they call it, or rather something more action and crashing oriented. As well as an easier way to understand your progress, a better way to customize your cars, and after doing that, a better system to evaluate your car's performance. Also, they point out the building architect tool they had already teased, see the link up there, as the biggest improvement for modding all around, did some tweaks to the force feedback and did some very technical stuff, including improvements for Linux, which I suppose, other than me, interest maybe 2 other people watching this video, who can of course Check out the full list following the link in the description of this video.
4 left, over bump, 60.